Hi guys, welcome to Decor to Adore and More, and we're going to do some Christmas decor makeovers today. We started off with these little ornaments, they're little picture frames, and I put 2 coats of white chalk paint on all of these. It's a set of 9 ornaments. Make sure you get it coated nice. And then we went ahead and got a gold paint marker. I went around the edges and outlined all of them. And here's what they look like all done. Nice and pretty. I'm gonna seal each one with my matte polyacrylic. Since it's chalk paint, you have to seal it in, and this helps so that you don't have any scratches, dings. It'll keep the paint all nice and pretty. Okay, after all of them are sealed in, I went ahead and took some glue and made little glue dots on each one, just kind of to decorate them. Do whatever you want with the glue. Little dots everywhere. I made some big dots, some little dots. And now I'm going to take some gold glitter and we're just going to dump it over all the glue. And then we're going to shake off the extra, and there it is. And I did that for every single one of them. Alright, here's what they look like all done. I just brushed off the extra glitter when they dried up. Now they're nice and pretty. Next project, I got this old picture frame and I just cleaned it up a little bit. It was a little dirty, and then I took the back off. Okay, now we're going to take this Crimson Waverly chalk paint and we're going to coat the whole thing. Okay, I got the whole thing coated and I set it off to dry. Now we're taking the back of the picture frame and a napkin, a Christmas napkin. You can find cute Christmas napkins at Marshall's, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, the dollar store, Amazon. But you want to take the backing off because you only need one layer. And then I'm just gonna figure out how big I need this on the back. And I'm gonna cut it to size. And we're gonna take some matte Mod Podge. And I'm gonna coat the whole back with the matte Mod Podge. You want to get even layer of the Mod Podge so that all of it sticks down good. Now we're just gonna tear off the excess. You can try and cut it off or wait till it dries. You can use a little nail file or sandpaper, get the edges off of there. I just tore it off real quick and I came back later and sanded the rest off when it was dry. Now we're going to put another layer of the matte Mod Podge. This will seal it all in and protect it. You don't have to do this if you don't want to, but I like to seal it in so that it's not going to get damaged. Now we're taking our sandpaper after the red paint is dried, and we're going to go along all the edges and do light distressing on this. The chalk paint is pretty soft and will sand off pretty easy on the edges. It makes it look distressed, and you get that wood grain coming through with the red. It makes it look a little old and vintagey. Now I'm going to take a cloth. You can get it damp if you want, just to wipe off all that sanding dust, all the extra paint. Get it all cleaned up here. And then we're going to use some more of that polyacrylic matte Minwax, and we're going to go around the whole thing, seal it in. I really like the matte because it's not too shiny, but it gives it a finished look, and then your paint is sealed in and it brings out that wood color in the background. Makes it look like you bought it that way. Now it's all dried, and I took the background and I decided to paint it green around the edges because I didn't like the way that napkin was on the edge. And see, look, it's got its own little frame, and I'm gonna just put the glass back in here, and then we're gonna pop the back in and put all those little tabs back. Okay, now we're gonna spruce it up even more, and we're gonna add a little bit of floral. I'm just gonna take some E6000 and some hot glue so we can get all this down. I added the same thing on the opposite corner, and you'll see it at the end of the video. Then we're going to do this little tray here, and we're going to do some stripes in the middle. So what you do is you take a piece of masking tape, put it down the middle. That's where our stripe is going to go. And then you put another piece of tape on both sides of that piece of tape. That makes sense. One on this side. And then we'll put one on the other side. And then when you get that all lined up, then we will take out the piece in the middle, and that's where we're going to paint, is that little empty space right there. I also taped off the ends so that I wouldn't get it on the edge. And I took a little red crimson Waverly paint and a little makeup sponge, and I had these little gloves that I used so if it bled through the makeup sponge it wouldn't be all over my hand. And we just take a little dab, and then you dab a little off so it's not too loaded with paint, and just dab away. You just want to do a nice even layer so it doesn't bleed under the tape too much. I dried it a little bit, and then I did a second coat, and there we go. I'm dabbing again. Dabbity dabadoo. It is relaxing if you like to paint. Just a little dab here, a little dab there. Okay, now we're done with the second coat. I let that dry. Now I've got the stencil. Got these little corners on it. I'm going to tape the stencil down and tape up the edges so that my paint doesn't go over the edge. And then it holds it still so it doesn't bleed under that much too. So if you just have it flopping around, the paint's going to squish under there. And I believe I did 2 coats on this as well. I let it dry in between, and I did the opposite corner of this the same as this corner. And I decided to paint all the edges red too, so they looked more finished. Now we're going to make some white stripes on either side of the red stripe. So what you do is you take the tape and you put it just over the edges of the red line. So we're creating a little space between the red and where our white stripe is going to go. And just overlapping it on each side. Try to make them even, and then we're just gonna make a little space and then put another piece of masking tape on both sides of that. So that little empty space is going to be stripe, and then we're making the other stripe. And be careful that you don't paint over the little stenciled corner piece, because I almost got the little tip over there. And I taped the ends again, and here we took another little makeup sponge and some white paint, and I think I used apple barrel paint for this because I had it on hand and it worked out fine. And here we go dabbing again. Okay, we did 2 coats of the white, and now it's time to take the tape off. Come on, you want to see the stripes. Ooh, it's so satisfying, as the kids say nowadays. And you can use a heat gun in between coats, just be, you know, not too close or your paint will bubble up. And you can heat up the tape so that it doesn't rip any paint off, but usually the masking tape doesn't do too bad. And I put some of that polyacrylic on again. I think I put 2 coats on so that I could seal this in good. And this is the finished product. So cute. Alright, I got this little window from the Dollar Tree. I just thought it was cute. And I got this little snowflake Christmas paper, scrapbook paper. And we're just going to cut it so that I can put it behind the window. This is going to be like the background. Like when you're looking out the window, you're going to see the snowflakes. I'm just cutting it to the size, and I want to fit it under that flap that comes out. Yeah, under there. And then we're just going to use some hot glue and go around the edges. Make sure it's all stuck down pretty good. Then I'm going to do the same for the top. I just lined up my paper and cut off a piece that'll fit, and I'm going to cut off the edges, kind of follow the line. You could trace it if you wanted to. I was being a little lazy and just kind of winging it. I don't like measuring things and I don't like taking too long to do stuff. I mean, I shouldn't say that because sometimes it takes way too long to do stuff. But it's the process, you know. Whatever floats your boat while you're doing it, whatever gets it done. We're gonna hot glue it again. Love hot glue. Just sticks instantly. Especially if paper. Paper sticks good to hot glue. Other things I found out don't stick to hot glue, and then you have to use the super glue, like the E6000, to really hold stuff in. And I found too, if you have some decor that's gonna be in storage, and that storage is like an attic or it gets hot or cold, things that are made with hot glue, they tend to fall off after a while. Depending on what it is. So I put that E6000 on stuff to make sure it stays forever. Now, I made this little wreath. It was so cute. Oh, I wanted something to go in the middle there, and I just took one of my florals and took all the leaves off and just glued them around this little circle cutout and put the little berries on there. Then I had these little snowflakes from the Dollar Tree that I painted white and put little gems on. And we're just gonna, like I said, take some hot glue and some E6000. And we're gonna place it right at the top in the middle there. It came out so cute. Looks like I bought the mini wreath, but really I put it together myself. How cute! And then I'm gonna do, just add these little snowflakes on here because I just need a little bit more decoration, but I don't want it to be like too crazy. I just want something you can set. You could either hang this too. You can set it in your Christmas vignette or hang it on your wall. just kind of be like an accent, add some height and color, and simple, easy, and fun too. I thought it turned out really good. And there you go. So pretty. Yeah, I know it's upside down. You'll see it at the end. Now we're going to paint this little cubby that I got from Dollar General a while ago. I'm not sure if they still have these or not. I just wanted to make it look a little bit more Christmassy. So we took, guess what color? The red crimson. And I went ahead and painted the whole thing, including the drawer. I think I only did one coat on the whole thing because I still wanted that little wood grain to kind of show through. Okay, now I decided that I was going to add gold to accent the whole piece. So I started off with the little knob, and I think I had to put about 2 coats of the gold on the knob so you couldn't see through it. And then I decided to go along the edges of the drawer, do like a little outline. Okay, and then once I finished the drawer, I painted the whole front edge of the cubby gold, and there was a nice day where I took some clear coat spray paint and took it and sealed in all this paint. That's an easy way so you don't have to use the polyacrylic. It goes a little bit faster when you got all the little nooks and crannies to get into. And here they are, all finished up. Thank you for sticking around and watching my Christmas makeovers. And come back to see another video and tell me what your favorite project was and if you think about doing something like this. There's plenty of things that you can repurpose or reimagine. And have a happy holidays.